Welcome back to the channel, Coins Collector everyone. If you're a coin collector, treasure hunter, or just someone curious about rare pieces of American history, you've landed in the right place. Because today, we're diving deep, and I mean really deep, into one of the most mysterious and shockingly valuable coins you might never expect, the 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States. That's right, a humble-looking penny that has skyrocketed in value to an unbelievable $712,000 in the collector's market. You heard that correctly. A coin with a face value of just 1 cent, now valued at over $700,000. So the next time you glance at your spare change, take a moment. You might just be holding a hidden fortune in your palm, but why? What makes this particular penny from 1976 so extraordinarily valuable? What secrets are hidden in its design, its minting, and its very metal composition? And how did this coin, which millions of Americans once spent without a second thought, become a legendary piece of numismatic history? Stick with me because this is a story full of surprises, twists, and jaw-dropping revelations. Let's get started. Part 1, a glimpse into 1976, America's bicentennial year. To understand the importance of this coin, we first have to go back to the year it was minted, 1976, America's bicentennial year. That year marked the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, a milestone that had the entire country buzzing with patriotism. Fireworks lit up the skies, parades rolled through towns big and small, and yes, even the United States Mint got in on the action. Special editions of coins were struck to celebrate the occasion, including bicentennial quarters, half dollars, and dollars. These coins bore special reverse designs. You may have seen them with drums, colonial soldiers, and Independence Hall, but what about the penny? That's the interesting part. Officially, the 1976 Lincoln cent, like its predecessors, still carried the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It didn't get a bicentennial design like the quarter or dollar did. But something happened that made a small number of these coins very, very special. Part 2, the Liberty 1-cent era coins, rare as gold. Somewhere in the production process of the 1976 penny, a handful of error coins were created. And in the world of coin collecting, errors can mean everything. These rare error coins, known today as the 1976 Liberty 1-cent varieties, feature unusual characteristics, from misstrikes, to double dies, to even wrong planchets, the blank pieces of metal used to strike coins. One particular version was struck on a 100% copper planchet left over from pre-1974 production, rather than the standard copper-plated zinc introduced afterward. Others were misstruck off-center, or feature the Liberty inscription missing letters, or show dramatic doubling in the date or design. In one rare case, a coin was discovered with a reverse die from a foreign coin mistakenly used, making it a truly one-of-a-kind piece. Imagine this, a coin the size of a penny, but with a composition or appearance never intended by the U.S. Mint, and never meant to enter circulation. These are the coins collectors dream of, numismatic unicorns that only surface once in a generation. Part 3, the discovery that shocked the collecting world. Fast forward to the 21st century. A coin dealer attending a small estate auction stumbles upon a dusty box of old change. Among the dimes and quarters, something catches their eye, a 1976 penny with an unusual luster and slightly off-center strike. It's sent off for grading. Experts at PCGS and NGC, the world's leading coin authentication companies, examine it. The verdict? It's genuine, it's rare, and it's flawless. A mint state 67+. Collectors began to take notice. The bidding war started. And when the final gavel hit, the hammer price, $712,000. 1 cent became 712,000 times more valuable, a return on investment unmatched in almost any other area of collectibles. Part 4, coin grading and what makes this coin so valuable. So what makes this coin so valuable? It comes down to a few major factors. Rarity. Only a handful are known to exist. Most were melted down, lost, or destroyed over time. The ones that remain are in extremely low populations. Condition. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale. A 67+ or higher is near perfection. For a coin from 1976 to survive in such a pristine state is practically miraculous. Error features, double dies, off-metal strikes, clipped planchets, these all increase desirability. Historical significance. 1976 wasn't just another year, it was the bicentennial. That makes every coin from that year instantly more interesting to collectors. Collector frenzy. Rare coins are status symbols. And when ultra-wealthy collectors compete, prices soar. Part 5. Current market value and where to find THM. Now here's where it gets really exciting. Today, the 1976 Liberty 1-cent error coin, in top condition, can sell for up to $712,000, depending on the type of error and condition. Even lesser examples can fetch tens of thousands of dollars. That means every time you get change back from the store, you could be holding something worth a fortune. Check the year. Check the lettering. Look for errors. Because you never know. Want to find one? Here are a few places to look: old coin jars from grandparents' estate sales, flea markets, antique shops, online auctions. But beware of fakes. Part 6. Tips for identifying valuable pennies. Let's break it down so you know what to look for. Date. Look for 1976 Liberty. Are all the letters clear? Missing letters may be a sign of an error. Mint mark, D for Denver or S for San Francisco. Both can be valuable in the right condition. Doubling, especially in the date or the word Liberty. Weight. A genuine copper penny from before 1982 weighs 3.11 grams. If your 1976 penny matches that, you're in luck. Bonus fact: if your coin sticks to a magnet, it's not copper. Real copper doesn't stick to magnets. Conclusion: the penny that's worth fortune. So let me ask you this: when was the last time you checked your pocket change? That little copper coin that's been sitting in your car's cup holder, or buried at the bottom of a coin jar, might just be worth more than a luxury car, a college degree, or even a house. The 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin is proof that history still holds secrets. And sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. So go check your coins. Look for 1976. And if you find one that looks unusual, don't spend it. Get it graded, get it authenticated, and who knows, you might be sitting on a $712,000 treasure. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more incredible coin stories, and comment below, what's the coolest coin you've ever found? Until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and never underestimate the power of a single penny. Today, we're diving deep, very deep, into the world of a coin that has stunned collectors, shaken auctions, and maybe, just maybe, is sitting forgotten in your jar of loose change. We're talking about the 1987 Liberty 1-cent coin. Yes, the humble penny. The coin that most people ignore, drop, or even discard. But what if I told you that a specific version of this coin has been valued at a jaw-dropping $419,000? You heard that right. $419,000. So don't blink. Because this story is packed with rich history, fascinating details, hidden errors, and an explosive twist at the end. Let's begin. A penny that changed history at first glance. The 1987 Lincoln 1-cent coin might not look like much. It features the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln facing right. The word Liberty is stamped proudly to the left, with the year 1987 just below it. A small D mint mark, signifying the Denver Mint, sits below the date, almost unnoticed, but don't be fooled by appearances. This little copper-plated zinc coin is part of a much bigger story. To understand why this penny can be worth more than a luxury car or even a house, we need to travel back, way back, to 1909. The legacy of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Until then, coins mostly used Lady Liberty or symbolic representations of freedom. Lincoln's penny became a cornerstone of American pocket change. Over the decades, the reverse design evolved. From wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, and eventually to the Union Shield. But through it all, Lincoln remained steadfast on the obverse. Now let's zoom back to 1987, a year of pop culture booms, economic shifts, and one peculiar penny, the 1987 D. Common Coin, rare story. Over 4.2 billion Lincoln cents were minted in Denver alone in 1987. So what makes one of them worth nearly $500,000? The answer lies in the small details. Literally microscopic. This coin wasn't just rare, it was unique, the rare $419,000 penny. So, what was so special about this one coin? Well, it was a mint error, but not your everyday off-center or double die. This particular 1987 D cent was struck on a bronze planchet instead of the usual copper-plated zinc planchet used after 1982. Let's break that down. In 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned from bronze, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper plating. That change was made to save money, as copper prices soared. But in rare instances, older bronze planchets were accidentally fed into coin presses years later. That's exactly what happened here. Point 1. Of those leftover bronze planchets somehow made its way onto the Denver Mint's production line in 1987. And it got stamped with the 1987 D design. That mistake, simple, accidental, unnoticed at first, transformed this penny into a treasure. Experts tested the coin's composition. It had the unmistakable weight and properties of the older bronze alloy. That meant it wasn't just an ordinary 1987 D penny. It was a ghost from the past, surviving in a future where it didn't belong. How did it sell? $4,419,000. Fast forward to a rare coin auction. When this penny surfaced, collectors were stunned. They had never seen a 1987 D struck on a bronze planchet before. It was the first, and possibly the only, known example. That uniqueness ignited a bidding war. What started as curiosity quickly became competition. Serious collectors and institutions wanted it. And the price? It climbed, and finally settled at an incredible $419,000. Imagine that, a penny that someone probably found in their pocket change. Now a headline-making, life-changing windfall. What to look for? Could you have one? Now here's the big question. Could you have one? Possibly. Here's what to check. Check the weight. A standard 1987 D cent should weigh about 2.5 grams, zinc core. A bronze planchet weighs closer to 3.11 grams, use a magnet. Bronze is non-magnetic. A quick test could help eliminate counterfeits or plated coins. Inspect the color. Bronze coins tend to have a richer, darker red-brown hue compared to newer zinc pennies. Visit a coin dealer or grading service. If your 1987 D cent looks odd, it might be worth getting it authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Market value of 1987 D pennies. Now let's talk about the broader value of the 1987 D penny. Most examples in circulated condition are worth, well, 1 cent. But uncirculated versions, especially those with full red color, can be worth up to $2 to $5, sometimes more if in pristine condition. Proofs? None were made in Denver, but errors? That's where the gold is. Off-center strikes, die clashes, repunched mint marks, all can fetch $50 to several $100s, depending on severity, but none come close to the mysterious 1987 D bronze planchet error. The importance of numismatics. This story is a reminder of why coin collecting is so captivating. It's not just about metal. It's about history, mistakes, economics, human error, serendipity, and more importantly, it's about the thrill. The possibility that your pocket change holds a secret, a key, a story waiting to be discovered. Because in a world where we swipe cards, tap phones, and forget about physical currency, the humble penny still holds the power to surprise us. Final thoughts. Don't underestimate the penny. The next time you empty your pockets or hear that little clink in your cup holder, pause. Look closely. That ordinary-looking cent could be extraordinary. The 1987 D Liberty 1 cent coin that sold for $419,000 wasn't flashy. It wasn't gold or silver. It didn't shine with diamonds or platinum. But it was rare. It was historical. And it was real. So keep your eyes open, your curiosity alive, And your mind sharp. Because the next valuable coin might already be in your hand. Thank you for watching. If you found this video fascinating, smash that like button, subscribe for more unbelievable coin stories, and leave a comment below if you've ever found something rare in your change. And remember, every coin has a story. Some, like this one, are worth telling for a lifetime. Until next time, happy hunting.